seemingly at once everywhere on the map. Not everywhere on the map, but just in one lane. But again, Alliance, they can just slow down the game as they see fit. You know, force fights on the other side of the map. Brood hates having to leave the lane, right? Look to push other objectives. Concede as much of the map as you can here to Unique, and because well, with a DP Wraith King, you know, as long as you come out of those lanes going at least 50-50, I think Alliance aren't going to be sweating this Brood all that much. You probably will have to sacrifice, unfortunately. This is a game where FNG is going to be taking quite a few deaths just in an attempt to try and slow the push of the Broodmother, but I think that's totally acceptable.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that if Alliance can deal with this Broodmother, I'm hoping it's a Broodmother that goes for the Orchid build this game as well, by the way, not the save build with a Grease Pipe. Because I feel like you said, you need to be a bit of a win condition. I think it's Broodmother and Leshrac with Doom being more of a space creator. Yeah. Maybe Palantimo surprises me. I think he might go for the old 11 build where you go into the Midas as well, but I don't know. I feel like your matchup against the Wraith King is probably one of the worst matchups I can ever imagine for a carry, honestly. Wraith King just eats right through you. Your Doom seems useless against them. Maybe if you can take advantage of the Infernal Blade, but I am liking Alliance much more. Let's see. I'm ready for a surprise from Unique, though. It's a weird draft, so maybe it's hard to analyze.
Yeah, it is a bit of a weird draft, but you gotta like the ingenuity in round one. Oh, stun on stun action. Big Num looking to escape. It's actually Nico Baby under siege, though. In the meantime, they will be able to at least trade him away for the Lion, but First Blood going in favor of FN. The death onto Nico Baby and only getting a measly Lion in return is, well, yet again, similar to game number one, not a great start for Alliance.
Yeah, FNG was like, guys, I figured it out. We won game one, but we lost First Blood. That's a 100% win rate if enemy team gets First Blood. Who needs a coach? Who needs a coach? I can do the stats myself. So there we go. They're just employing a strat, Richie. I think you're just not reading into this properly.
That very well could be it. You know, I'm
NA math.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is. You know, that's the thing is I subscribe to the NA method of coaching, which is a little bit more stats based and trying to just over salinate your enemies, I suppose. But it seems like this EU difference might be more a little effective here.
Trust me on this one. In the top lane, I'm seeing a okay DK. I can't imagine the Doom is going to struggle too much in this lane, but I can't imagine he's going to stop the DK from getting too much farm. And my concern also happens that, okay, Brood's going to push the tower for sure, because you have nothing to deal with her. But I think DK can do the same. Like, Doom is not the best hero at dealing with massive amount of creeps. He'll Scorched Earth, pray DK walks away, DK won't, and then he'll cry. And that's the technique that Doom can do.
At the very least, I mean, we're still going to see quite a few denies get racked up here for S4, for sure. I mean, he's you know, again, as I like to say, you can take the position out of the, or you can take the player out of the position, but you can't take the position out of the player. He's going to be looking for denies. And this is something we saw a ton at the Major. Just using Dragon Tail, I mean, we still see it mid lane, of course, but it's especially prevalent in the side lanes and where you can really start to gain an advantage because you're splitting XP. Of just getting these denies off super easily. A bit more difficult because Doom can just say, no, screw you, and completely consume your range creep from full HP. So at least there's a benefit to Palantimos. He's not going to be, you know, really starving for CS like maybe against some other laners you would be, especially in melee versus melee matchup.
Oh, I also went for the regen reduction in Venom Weapon, by the way, which is a good way to deal with S4. Never really considered this matchup, but that's true. And Venom Weapon to deal with the DK, he's like, why am I not healing? Palantimos, though, is going to still be in trouble because he still gets the extra armor, and this makes Palantimos' life really difficult. It's not like Wyvern could do much. Last game, we actually saw FNG going for a Blightstone early, which allowed him to put a lot of pressure. This game, there's no point in the Blightstone. Nyx and DK can tank that nicely.
Yep. By the way, because I went on a little tirade last game, when I'll probably do it again multiple times throughout the tournament, because I think Wyvern is going to be quite a popular pick, to say the least. And Venom Weapon, one of the better heal reductions, it is actually 35% of a heal reduction, which is pretty insane, according to the wiki anyway, so unless the wiki is outdated. But I believe that's correct. I don't know if he really wants to eat anything else, because versus the DK, you're exactly right, this is what he wants. Yep. He's going to actually take the Ice Armor instead.
He's like, guys, it was great that I could harass the DK, but I'm getting no farm.
Yeah.
So maybe I should consider something that allows me to stay in lane. I think that's appropriate. It's also appropriate that he did it right, as you said. I can't think he can pick up anything else.
And then I was like, please redeem me. Take the Ogre Bruiser. Nope, okay, it's the Frost Mage.
Big Num in the bottom lane, by the way, is in trouble. One more last hit by Nickel Baby will do the trick. They realize themselves, Brood is free, so we might as well just kill the Lion instead.
Yeah, this is definitely a lane where Lion can look to rotate away immediately at 6 minutes, and then probably Ghost Stick at some stage when Lion goes, oh, do you need me back? Ghost Stick's like, actually, the solo XP is pretty nice. You can go ahead and gank other lanes. But for now, he does need experience, and doing so does put him in kill threat range, as you see FNG going for a similar build as we saw the last game, position 5 Hoodwink with the Max and the Bushwhack. Quite a strong ability. Early rotation mid, by the way, out from Hanskin. Not going to be able to find anything with this.
He didn't go for the second port Acorn shot yet, we'll see. I like the Blightstone as well a lot, because of course that combines with Acorn shot, very nice. There's the Bushwhack, hoping to kill Bignum. They use the Skeletons, oh, couldn't get the Wraith Fire Blast on Bignum. So the Skeletons won't target him in time, and Ghost Stick, of course, is unkillable.
Yeah, big rotation by Hanskin, though. I didn't think it would. I mean, it didn't get a kill. I didn't think it was meant to get a kill. What it does do, however, is because Limp was able to get the Water Rune down bottom, this effectively, and does effectively, force FN to run all the way back home, TP back to the lane, because he just has no regen. He's going through a drive here. There's no 5-minute runes that are going to spawn. Next up would be just the Bounty Rune for him. Even gets dewarded. Oh man, it was a good start with First Blood, but Limp is doing a lot of work here. 10 denies as well versus this Lesh.
We can't see it because FN is now a professional player, but in his mind he's pinging the Lion saying, why didn't you die, why didn't you die, and refill my bottle. Nico maybe in the bottom lane, talk about dying, could be in trouble as they're chasing after the trees. FNG is out of mana. Nico Baby needs to make an escape, but the last Earth Spike will hit him. Nico Baby is not going to be able to make it out alive as Bignum will get that kill using his insane attack range.
Yep. He's got that one secured on the Lion. If not, Broodmother would have been able to cut him off in the trees with relative ease. So we are holding on to the Ice Armor for now then here on the Doom. Casual Gloves of Haste in the inventory, as he is going to be bringing over a Bracer first, just to get a little bit more HP in this lane. So we could very well see the Hand of Midas here getting purchased for Palantimos. Mid lane, they are sprawling.
Hanskin has the Spike Carpus, and that's going to set up for the kill on FN. Okay, Splinter Blast. Hanskin might die as a result. FN misses the stun. He has to run away. The Ghost still chasing after him. Is that going to be enough damage? 3 more Ghosts. He activates the bottle between them. And FN will just barely... No. Crypt Swarm taking his life at the last second. They gave him hope, and then they took it away.
Yeah, it was a good effort. It was a good effort, but this darn 50% move speed bonus that you get with Exoactive on Limp, it just makes it so easy to run down even these traditionally very fast heroes who just rely on their move speed. This is a Lesh with boots, mind you, that's getting ran down by a DP with the ultimate active. So, yeah, just nice play by Limp. It does at least save a lot of tower damage from that tier 1, from the mid tier 1, I should say, but it's still going to be a very effective kill bottom.
Can they kill Ghost Stick? She still has the lifesteal, but can't match Nico Babies. FNG already used the stun though, and Nico for the 2 points in Acorn shot. More damage apparently is more useful than Scurry.
This is now the second game we've seen that on 2 different teams. So we'll see here how that's going to be used. I imagine it's because he is going to try and be a little bit more defensive. Yeah, Limp.
Nice Earth Spike.
Yeah, great Earth Spike. Sets up for the stun that time. FN gets the kill. The Impale from the low ground is going to buy them enough space and time to get the kill on the Bignum, but Hanskin's going to be the second to drop here underneath the Pulse Nova of FN. 2 kills for him. It's going to be a much-needed little gold and XP injection for the mid lane Lesh, who was starting to struggle a bit.
Bignum is so concentrated on his Earth Spikes that his positioning is sometimes lacking because he's trying to get the perfect Earth Spike. But honestly, it's worth it in the early game just to get the kill on DP, and as you mentioned, to restabilize FN, who's back to base. FN, you know, much like Lion is going to hell and back to hell and back again, FN is doing the same thing with the base right now. Yep. And is not feeling too good for him. Because Lesh is also a bit of a farmer mid. You kind of want to be right now going to other lanes, maybe the Broodmothers, taking a tower early, or even putting some pressure mid, not doing this constant walk of shame.
Yeah, or at the very least, you know, farming maybe a couple of stacks, some cheeky side camps in your jungle, right? But doing just running home and running laps basically between the fountain and your tier 1 tower really sucks, and you can't afford to really let DP, you know, just kind of take away your tower with the wave. She's got really great wave clear, of course, with the ultimate coming off cooldown here in just a second. We should see another push. FNG making the rotation on over. They're also applying some pressure top lane. Simultaneously with the Elder Dragon form now active on S4, and it's going to be able to leave him relatively early on in that 1v1 versus the Doom. Gets him an early level 6, and now they are going to be having some big problems here all around from Unique.
Alright, Dragon Tail, Slayer in trouble. Yeah, Bushwhack, that's going to secure the kill. Goodbye, Oh! Last little bit of healing there, just to annoy them. S4 being efficient with his poison though, hits the tower once. Slayer will die to Hoodwink, and S4 will take the tower as a result. Bottom lane, Ghostic is doing the same. But frankly, if you are matching the Broodmother's push, you're quite happy with this alliance.
Yeah, especially because we actually still have XO to push with. So right now, if Alliance want to, they could maybe look for a pick-off. I mean, Doom in the jungle's not really that scary. You know, he's not like a TB or a Sven who might be able to turn on you if you're unlucky with your approach. He can't really do anything. The most he can do here is kind of Thunderclap and just run away with Scorched Earth active. So they're probably going to look to plant a ward, and, well, now they need to defend mid lane. Careful FN, though. Ooh, the Bushwhack just missing. That might have been a kill, to be honest. It still just might impale. Oh, FN, he's just a bit too fast, unfortunately, and they won't be able to land a secondary stun to set up for a kill onto the mid lane Lesh.
I really, really like the FN switching off Pulse Nova as soon as he sees Nyx coming by. He knows, he's played against Nyx before, he knows this matchup, so at least he's not going to get crushed too much by it. Ghostic is continuing his odyssey of pushing towers on the bottom lane. Let's see how that works out for him, as Alliance has done the same thing as the first game, where they decided to completely leave the bottom side of the map. However, there's already offensive wards from Unique in the top side of the map, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can catch him. Bignum, the target, Hanskin, won't be able to set up for the kill.
S4, though, is going to now... I don't know if this was a smoke. I didn't quite catch it, but they're going to try and catch up to him. Arctic Burn doing a fair amount of damage as S4 actually looking to turn. Palantimos now looking to approach, but they got plenty of magic damage here. Not even a cloak yet, so just the power treads to try and, you know, out-tank it, but too much damage on the mid lane Lush, unfortunately for him. He will fall.
Yep. There's very few heroes that can match a Lush once he hits the level 6 on us in a solo situation. Even with the armor that DK has, the ball hitting still tears right through you, and of course you have the Pulse Nova and the rest of the magic damage to burst you down. And this is what FN wanted to do a while ago. Now he's finally free to do so, and the DP hasn't been able to force that mid lane tower due to the effect of the Broodmother. It's honestly similar to last game, where Unique is playing early tempo, Alliance is to play the game and just delay it as much as possible.
I like this, though. Ghostic actually looking to gank the mid lane. Unfortunately, they've got vision thanks to Hanskin. No spider lanes to protect Mother this time. Nico Baby with a stun, broken, and killed off just like that. Going to FNG. There's going to be a lot of wind out from the sails of this Broodmother.
Oh, that's very good. That was an important kill here. Nice little bushwhack. So we talked about how it's obviously the Brood is a counter to the Hoodwink because she can just chase her right through the trees. But Hoodwink can do the same thing with the bushwhacks, right? So if Brood is not expecting it, has a decent range, it reduces your vision, so it's very hard to actually go and help her, especially if Brood is in a position where, as usually is, very far away from the team. That's why FNG didn't go for a point of scurry. Instead decided to max the pushback, which I like more, by the way. The longer stun duration, better damage as well. I think this ability is broken. I think you should always max it first if possible.
It's very strong. This is not that good. Let me hold on top lane. Oh, there's a Doom onto S4 with another bout of Arctic Burn damage. Trying to just walk this one off. He is actually, I want to say, out healing it. Not quite, actually. He's still taken down and away, but level 3 in the Dragon Blood. He's still pretty healthy when he comes out. He's got a big stick as well, big wand, should he need it on the way back out. As here comes now Bignum with the Lion Finger. Says, don't worry, guys, it's just that easy. Just press the button on him.
Did you see S4 juked himself there? Like, he did so many jukings that he found the Winter Wyvern and was just staying still. Slayer's like, I'm too old for this. I'm not joining after him. Like a security mall guard, just letting him do his thing, and then they just find him again. Because they knew there was only one escape there, so maybe he should have considered TPing. I don't know. Definitely overestimated his enemies. They only kill a DK. I don't think it's that big a deal, but at least Unique is making the Doom work, and it is going to be Midas Doom.
Yeah.
The classic old 11 build, which he runs in the off lane, but it's always the Midas straight into the BKB.
And I think, kind of more importantly there, seems the Slayer looking to plant a deep ward. He's going to be killed for this almost certainly. He's heading up to the high ground. Yeah, they've got him. Most importantly, the fact that they commit 3 heroes top lane, while bottom, your tier 1 is being sieged by the Exorcism, makes Ghostic feel really, really bad. Thankfully, he's able to at least keep the tower alive. But if he were to lose that tower, his game becomes way more difficult to play. One of the biggest... Oh, hold on thought. Hanskin is dead middle, unfortunately. He's not going to have enough damage here to keep himself alive.
Yep. But one of the tactics against Spike Carpus is not dealing damage or overwhelming him with damage, which is what FN chose to do this time.
Yeah, pretty easy to do versus the poor little cockroach. But Ghostic, at least defending the tower, does now have, you know, some chance for backup if all of a sudden Alliance start running at him with 4 heroes, you know, wasting a bit of their time as well. So it's key that he kept that tower. That was almost like the perfect move out from Alliance. But in essence, it still is, because this tower is just outside of deny range, but really, really good response to the Broodmother here.
Yep. I mean, it hasn't had the crazy amount of impact that the Unique was looking for with Lush Broodmother. You haven't been able to push two tier 1s, which is probably what you were hoping for. But you have been able to find farm, and Doom is creating farm as well with both Devour and Midas, which means even if you have less space in the map, you're still taking more advantage of it than the rest of Alliances. Talk about FN though. They're charging up that sharpshooter. FN is dead. They actually kill him with the Spike Carpus there last tick.
Another issue they're going to have here on this Broodmother relatively quickly is that Nikobaby is going for this Radiance first item on the Wraith King. Not that it's that, unusual. Sometimes we do see an item like the Armlet into, other things. If you're Ector, maybe you still consider the Midas. But anyway, the Radiance is going to allow him to boot the Broodmother away from the bottom lane. So that's going to be actually a pretty big turning point because he can now just farm his way, kind of crisscross the map in a figure 8 sort of pattern, boot the Broodmother away, push up to about here is where you're going to be wanting to push with the teammates and backing up, farming the jungle, and repeating as necessary is not going to allow Brood to play too aggressively on this map. So it's looking pretty darn good right now for Alliance. They don't need to make any aggressive moves. They just need to get the farm. Instead, it's Unique who's smoking to the enemy jungle. Oh, Blink Dagger, though, on Bignum already 14 minutes in. Is going to land the stun onto S4, but he's just too tanky, too far away. Sharpshooter getting channeled. Will be able to find the Wyvern, but no immediate follow-up damage either means that they will be able to back away safely.
All right. Unique, though, not being able to make plays with Doom feels a bit weak right now. I was hoping they would be able to do some more with the ganking squad. This is, all, of course, a result, or a consequence, rather, of not being able to take this tier 1 mid, which Alliance is defending with their life. They don't really care about pushing or mirroring the push, because they know if they just stop Unique's ganking power early, they're going to have to rely on going to the late game, and against the Radiance Wraith King, not looking too great. Nikobaby's farming in a really nice space as well. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know what Unique can do to make this... Like, they're just doing the mid lane standoff, but this benefits Alliance by a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Doom farming is nice because he can create gold and all that. I already mentioned it, but the Wraith King just does more with the farm.
Yep. Alliance are doing this standoff because they need to defend the tier 1 tower, but because of their hero lineup, this actively forces Unique to at least idle a couple of heroes mid lane to make sure they don't just pop Elder Dragon form, pop Exo, and take a tower.
True.
It's just, I mean, Unique have to do this. They don't want to. They'd much rather be trying to make plays with the Doom. Unfortunately, he just has to farm like any other core, and at this stage, you'd want literally any other safe lane carry in the game because they'd be able to farm at a much, well, gold aside, right? They'd be able to get a lot more farm efficiently than this Doom is with a different build.
Yeah, because the point of the Doom is that because you're creating gold, you can have tri-core lineup, right? Which you kind of are doing. I'm not sure how impactful the Lush... I mean, the Lush seems good, of course, the Nyx aside. But the Broodmother, I don't know. She's going for an S&Y build, which I've not seen. I've seen Orchid and these kind of burst damage builds, S&Y, like a traditional carry. We'll see. Okay, Hanskin. Okay, he is going to be bursted down, and they can't bring down FN. They lost the Nyx. That's a pretty big deal as Lush is now a bit free. S4 could also be in trouble. FN catches him with a stun, and S4 will also die. This means tower as well, so that's actually a huge win for Unique.
Big play by Bignum. They were so patient. They planted this ward down a couple of minutes ago, but they didn't make any plays with it just because nobody was there. They needed Palantimos. You could see, though, we didn't even need to Doom, and it's still such a great fight for Unique. Honestly, in that fight, there's no reason to use Doom. Who's he going to Doom? DP already used Exo. Wraith King, he's not even in that fight. DK already has Elder Dragon. I mean, there's just, it's such a great draft from Alliance here, still against the Doom. The problem is they just can't lose too many fights like that. Not for free, anyway. That's, next time, though, I would expect Nikobaby to show up and fight, especially because he's just had now Radiance delivered. In fact, Alliance will be looking to set up for a play top lane. Hanskin ready to go here with the Carapace. They don't know who's waiting for them in the shadows, so they're not going to actually commit for this kill. BKB is active instead, and that's going to be actually Palantimos just running down this squirrel. My goodness, what a sight. Bignum can't see him because of the fog. First Spike is going to find him. That's the kill going on over to Bignum.
Okay, Hanskin. FN really wants to punish it, but FN just realized he's out of mana. Winter's Curse. And this should be able to set up for the kill against Hanskin, but more importantly against the DP. He just got doomed. No way to get out of this one. That's going to be yet another kill going the way of Unique. And now we're starting to struggle, or not struggle, but This is a bit more difficult for Alliance, right? They didn't want to lose these. The 6K lead for Unique. This might also lead to another tier 1 or perhaps even a tier 2 down bottom for Ghostic.
Yeah, that's where I was going to say. I don't think they're struggling too much until you consider the Brood effect. Nico Baby at least farming in the enemy triangle quite peacefully. Big ol' stack for him here. He's going to be really happy. He is going immediately for the blink after just to enable that push like I suggested in the draft. But Ghostic unfortunately still unable to defend against this tower just thanks to FNG showing on up. Means that it's good for Team Unique, but Alliance are still, you know, they're still holding the course to their game plan here. And with a kill onto FN, this would be absolutely massive for them. They need a little bit more damage, though. The Earth Spike out from Lions, not going to facilitate the kill. Hanskin's here for the follow-up stun. There is a sharpshooter coming in, which could be able to nuke FN through the cold embrace. Crossbow bolts do end up piercing that ice, and there's another stun onto Big Num. A little aggressive, but with Nico Baby here to support them, it's a very easy kill. 2 dead here on the side of Unique. And maybe even 3 as Seaman the Slayer trying to escape. Nice little jukes here, but surrounded by 4, he's going absolutely nowhere, but back to the fountain.
Again, Alliance was very surprised by it. Slayer is really tired this game. He is done clicking buttons. He just gives up halfway through. So fair enough, honestly, that team fight worked really well for Alliance. There's no point in staying alive longer. And now you got Dragon Form level 2 for DK, which means Splash, which means a way to deal with the Broodlings, or the Broodlings, sorry. And now I think Unique's game becomes hard because Brood can no longer just push a lane. The SNY build, Brood's stat gain is okay, so I think you can actually be a pseudo carry. We'll see how that works out though against Nico Baby that went for the hardest carry possible with the Radiance, and now the Blink Dagger as well to jump the back lines.
Yep. I wonder when like this carry Doom, because he's got crazy experience, right? He's level 14, keeping pace with Nico Baby, who's basically just been free farming the entire time, which explains his breakneck pace of farm. But I wonder when this like peaks. When is it your go time for a safe lane Doom? I assume here with DKB and Blink Dagger now, it's just so awkward because, yeah, you see the carry, but that's not someone you particularly want to Doom. And there's, in fact, Nico Baby making the jump on over. They're going to be able to blow through Seaman the Slayer. Valentimos right on top of them. They're going to maybe look for the Doom. They don't need it, actually, onto Hanskin, who's going to be killed off by the Lion Finger. But in a bad spot now is Big Num. He will be killed off by the Skeletons. That's the first life gone, though, of Nico Baby. So we hear that Sharpshooter getting channeled. There's the stun onto FN. Still taking a good amount of damage, though. The Doom, though, onto Limp, who just walks on in. Now, unable to Spirit Siphon anyone. Should be pretty easy pickings. In fact, will die to the DOT of the Doom itself. 2 buybacks necessary out from Unique, but they're looking for more. Stun out from Nico Baby. Blink Dagger available in 7 more seconds. Big Num chasing after as it's going to be the Brood Mother to put the blink on cancel. Great bushwhack, though, is going to make this a bit more difficult for them. Ghostic, though, he's committing for this one. TP is coming, however. TPs are coming, actually, from Alliance. Here's Hanskin, finds the stun onto Leshrac. Actually has a Meteor Hammer. Canceling the channel, though, is going to be Big Num with the stun at the very least, but FN still dying to the 4. It's going to be Nico Baby burning him away with the Aegis. Sorry, with the Radiance, pardon me. Ghostic left behind here in the triangle. Grab the Rune. Oh, good Winner's Curse. That should allow Ghostic to escape here, or will it? Blink Dagger ready in 1 more second. Nico Baby looking to blink. But again, the simple juke plays out from Unique are really working out this game versus Alliance.
Yeah, Lions are overthinking these things. Still, Unique got a bit overzealous there, particularly FN activating the Pulse Nova. Seeing the Nyx was charging Meteor Hammer, I don't know why they expected him not to use the Spike Carpus in time. Like, they underestimated Hanskin, thinking he would just let himself be stunned. And that got the kill on FN, even to stop the Lion, which meant there was no counter initiation. That was still a win for Unique, I would say, honestly, at least in the beginning of the fight. But the response by Alliance was appropriate, and they didn't lose that many heroes. If it wasn't because Limp was a bit as well, a bit too crazy, honestly, in the beginning. He underestimated the power of the Doom. That would have been a really good play for them. Yep. Slayer is hiding in the trees, by the way. He must see the Meteor Hammer. FN is coming by. Are they going to go for Hanskin? There's a TK nearby.
Nice. They got on Spike Carpus. Now they can go for it.
There's no Impale, though. There we go. Dragon Tail. FN. Here comes Limp with the silence. He can't deactivate that Pulse Nova, sorry. As the Hex onto Hanskin will set up for the kill. Exorcism's already been used, and Hanskin will fall. Nico Baby going for the Winter Wyvern instead. Big Num seems like a juicier choice, or an easier choice rather. Bushwhack now stopping FN with a Sharpshooter on top of that. Silence up, and FN will die. Alliance get the kill they were looking for, which is the enemy mid laner, in addition to forcing the dieback on Big Num.
Yeah, and now we start to see the weaknesses of the Brood Mother. We can see Ghostic. I'm not sure where he was exactly, but he just drops a line of webs in an effort to get into that fight as soon as he can, but he just has no recourse. I mean, the hero's not designed for that, frankly. Great place for Alliance to force a fight. I don't think that's quite the fight they were expecting. It seems like they weren't really you know, expecting Unique to really reinforce with, or attempt to reinforce with all 5 heroes, but because they still have their tier 1 tower and it's far away from the Brood lane, they know it's a good fight to take, and it's still, I mean, the kill into FN makes it completely worth it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
FN dying a couple of times set him a bit back, and this is what we were talking about, where I feel like the Doom is, if you play him as a carry, sets up for multiple win conditions on the other roles, but Doom is the most farmed hero right now, so they're not really your win conditions. Kind of feel like the Doom. But if you look at his build, it's not a carry build, it's just a temple setter. And then I question how much Palantimos can really do into this mid game, especially compared to a Wraith King, who's close to a level 3 reincarnation. And that's the ultimate turning point for Nico Baby. Once you get that, I don't know if Unique can kill him. Because they don't kill him fast enough to be able to... Honestly, he might just get the 40 seconds in the middle of the team fight.
That's actually a really interesting point you bring up. Yeah, it seems pretty likely if he can somehow blink away from a Lesh or any potential setup, right? Because that's always the problem with Reincarnation or Yule Scepters or even Cold Embraces to a degree, right? It does set you up for enemy stuns, and Lesh is definitely a hero who can use that setup period for the Split Earth. So that's the only caveat I would see there. But I mean, if the Lesh isn't there, yeah, absolutely.
Nico Baby, Palantimos looking for the kill here on S4, but Nico Baby. We're starting to see the lead now starting to mount up on Alliance, by the way. They themselves are also running kind of a dual core, at least with the TP, and it's working a bit better for them. Because of the more traditional carry that the Wraith King represents. And now Nico Baby's playing appropriately. He's tanking all the damage. He's making sure the Brewlings will die. I think they will now.
Yeah.
Oh, God!
Just so
Nico
many
Baby.
nines for free.
Yeah. He's going in because he knows he's free. As long as his team can follow up after him. They're going for FN yet again. Hanskin setting up for the skill. There's the Meteor Hammer, but they save with a Cold Embrace. Sharpshooter won't work this time. Nico, he might just lose his first life for free. That's not what they're looking for. They did at least waste a Finger of Death. 2 fights breaking at the same time. As from behind is 4, trying to tank all the damage, still trying to kill FN. Will he accomplish it? He will do so with a last hit there. The Doom hit the TP, but didn't really matter as the Doom was already dead. And now they're trying to look for Ghostic. The Ghost will reveal his position. Bushwhack will stop that TP right as he was about to go back home. And Ghostic might just die. He's still silenced. The Ghost are chasing after him. Cryptstorm will hit, but it's S4 yet again, setting himself in position and sending him to the grave. Yet another kill for Alliance. Now it's their game.
Man, Alliance they're so good at these split fights, aren't they? Like, it's incredible. Unique, they need a couple of conditions to really come together in these team fights to make them happen. And I think after this fight, they're going to realize why that's the case, right? Because we got a couple of conditions in which they previously won fights completed, you know? We got the Winter's Curse counter initiation and the Cold Embrace to heal him up through the initial blast of damage from Alliance. We even had the Doom onto Limp at the end of that fight. But the issue was we didn't have the Lesh connecting, and now actually with Palantimos, maybe dead, actually could be baiting. FN is in with a ton of damage. They're still going to get the kill into Palantimos. FN has to use the Yule Scepter, but that's only, they actually just missed the Sharpshooter. The Hex onto now Nico Baby, who's already got Reincarnation good to go again, so he doesn't mind even dying to the tower. Limp looking to close off any avenue of escape here, approaching from behind. FN breaking himself free out from the trees, will be met with a cockroach. That is the Nyx Assassin. Cold Embrace used yet again, but it's going to be seen with the Slayer going down to S4. In the meantime, Hanskin with a 2-man Meteor Hammer combo is going to kill FN a second time. Or just the first time, pardon me. It was Palantimos died initially, and Ghostic, he lives, but the rest of his team will not. Great fight from Alliance yet again.
And Ghostic is falling off. This build is not the build either for pushing too hard, so you can't really push that effectively. You're really meant to fight, but your fights are not being too successful. And now it seems like the game is completely in Alliance's hands, honestly. I don't know how you come back against this. Nico Baby's even going for a... overwhelming Blink actually immediately. That's how confident he feels. A way to kill the little spiderlings, a way to deal with a Cold Embrace as well, because that deals magical damage. You have a fair amount of strength, honestly. And a way to cancel Blink daggers like the Dooms.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised, because I mean, it's not like he can't cancel them with Radiance. That's the only reason I'm surprised. I like it for the AoE damage, and especially the slows versus the Lesh, but like... I can't imagine. I mean, does someone else have AC? Is that why? Like, it feels like AC would be really nice instead. But I will not question Nico Baby. I like the strength to all the points that you mentioned. It's just that I'm not sure if it's the right item right now. I like it this game generally, though.
It's a win more build, right?
Yeah.
You're winning and you want to get more kills. This will help you get more kills. AC is good for sieging high ground, though, so I would agree with that point. Maybe they're waiting for S4 to build it. It's a good DK item, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
he's got plenty of money saved up. Could do with a little bit more bonus armor as well versus all the spiders.
Look at this.
Oh, goodness.
Just
there they
jump
go.
in between 3. There we go. Find FN yet again between the trees. Winter's Curse not affecting S4 because the BKB. Sharpshooter will hit FN and kill him for free. Oh no!
What?
Yule Scepter saving him, but FN, what are you going to do?
Embrace.
You're so far behind. Cold Embrace not going to help you. Nico Baby's actually going forward. FN will die in the backlines. Nico Baby solo kills the Doom. That is going to be yet another kill for Alliance. Now flying Brood Mama. Hit her with a Meteor Hammer. Misses just barely. Handskin was a bit hopeful there. Limps
They're
will try
gonna
to
go
turn this
diving.
into a kill.
It's summertime, baby. Oh, no.
It's summertime. What do you do in summer? You dive into the fountain.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know how Alliance knew they were there. Honestly, great vision. There's going to be the jump right back at a Ghost Stick. They're going to kill him a step away. No, okay, Slayer's there with the healing, but I mean, they're losing buildings in the base already. You're down 16k. I don't see how you can pull this game back, unfortunately, at this stage for Unique. It feels like now, since you've fallen behind, like, you use the term win more with like this overwhelming blink, and I would use that same term for like a Doom carry and a Broodmother offlane, right? It's a win more kind of lineup, and if you're not winning, the game just feels impossible now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Honestly, it's not really like Unique played particularly badly. They're just a bit limited. We said it from the beginning. I just don't trust this Doom carry. I feel like the Doom has to enable your other cores, but they didn't really play accordingly either. You know, it wasn't like FN and Ghost Stick were full farming. I think Ghost Stick's item build reflects that.
Yeah.
But I also don't believe in the Broodmother as a carry-ish hero.
Well, if there's a time to fight, it's right now for Team Unique. Maybe you could look for a Roche and try and wrestle their way back in this game. FNG, those going to break the smokes. They just knew, with the vision especially. Palantino's getting cut up to the high ground. They've already dispatched up the Wyvern instantly. Big Num now silenced, being ran down by Nico Baby. In the meantime, he's going to leave Limp 1v3 versus the cores, but he's so far so good in this 1v3. S4 now rejoining the fray. Is going to get the stun onto Palantino's. He's dead without getting the BKB off. Double buyback already from Team Unique as FN up onto the high ground. Going to come back into a world of pain thanks to Nico Baby. Lands the stun, but he's completely out of mana, and he's just going to take away to all this damage. In the meantime, it's going to be Ghost Stick kited around the Roche bite, and Unique, they know, it's GG. Even without the ultimates, Alliance are able to dispatch them in team fights. Great job. Great games from them, and that's the 2-0 win, and what a way to finish up your 1200th game of Dota for S4 once again. I mean, congrats to him, because it is quite a remarkable achievement.